Over the past month, the coronavirus outbreak has changed Americans' lives in previously unimaginable ways. The news is full of scary headlines, but in the midst of all that, a few uplifting stories have emerged, which brings us to a segment we call The Kind of Story We Need Right Now. One thing dominating the news these days is our nation's shortage of hand sanitizer. Regular people don't have it, hospitals don't have it, not even overprotective moms with giant purses have it, and they always have it. So a liquor distillery in Rhode Island called the Industrious Spirit Company decided to make it, and they're giving it away for free.
One thing we have a lot of is very high volume alcohol that is a byproduct of making our vodka and our spirits.
We were like, hey, let's take this waste product and turn it into something that will help people. Here you go, bud.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
We're calling it the Wish We Could window. We wish we could give you a hug. We can't, but we can give you hand sanitizer.
This is the kind of story we need right now. While other people are responding to this crisis by hoarding stuff, those guys are responding by giving stuff away. Do you have any idea how much money they could be making? Giving away hand sanitizer in 2020 is like giving away Cabbage Patch dolls in 1985. You wouldn't have done it, kids. Also, I'm so psyched they can make it and still make vodka, because at first I thought, whoa, we do need both. Americans have been robbed of so many things we love in the past few weeks, but thanks to those guys, now we can have the thing Americans love most, free stuff. Meanwhile, in New York, due to the coronavirus outbreak, officials canceled the city's St. Patrick's Day parade for the first time in 250 years. So on March 17th, one New Yorker found a way to celebrate St. Patty's Day safely on his balcony. This is the kind of story we need right now. That man helped people enjoy the best part of St. Patrick's Day, Irish culture, without the worst part of St. Patrick's Day, drunk people yelling about how they're 1/16th Irish. Plus, every time I've ever heard bagpipes, I've had one thought: I wish they were just a little farther away from me. Also, shout out to that guy's neighbor who is probably thinking, that is not the story I needed right now. I hear you, buddy. Thank you for your sacrifice. By the way, when I realized he was playing God Bless America, I wasn't crying. You were crying. Over in Europe, several countries have imposed strict lockdowns, allowing citizens to leave their homes only for groceries or medicine, but that hasn't stopped Europeans from having fun, like these two guys right here. This is the kind of story we need right now. Not only are those guys staying isolated, they're inventing new sports. And they're not the only ones. These neighbors in Spain played bingo across an entire apartment complex.
49, 49, 89, 89.
And a farmer in Canada is selling pork to customers by throwing it to them from his porch.
Hey. Yeah. Good man. Thanks for coming through.
Pork porch. So that's balcony tennis, long distance bingo, and the pork toss. When the Tokyo Olympics finally happen, whenever they happen, they're going to be lit. And while we're on the subject of bingo, Matthew McConaughey, the one and only Matthew McConaughey, and his family hosted a virtual bingo night for members of a Texas senior living facility on Monday, and it was, well, take a look.
We got an I-24, I-24. Oh! Richard Bletch is waving a hammer up high. We got two winners.
This is the kind of story we need right now. Wooderson grew into such a nice young man. That's what I love about these senior living women. I get older, and so do they. And finally, in Upper Manhattan, fiancés Riley Jennings and Amanda Wheeler were planning to get married this coming October. But when the city started shutting down last month, they ran to the New York City Marriage Bureau and got a marriage license and decided to get married right away instead. How did they do that? While also maintaining proper social distancing? Easy. They stood on the sidewalk with their guests spread around them at a safe distance and had a friend marry them from a 4-story window.
Do you, Amanda Wheeler, solemnly declare that you take Riley Jennings to be your spouse? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and keep her for as long as you both shall live? If so, say, I do.
I do!
By the powers vested in me by the state of New York, I pronounce you married!
My neighbor has a bagpipe. Should I get him on his balcony? No. This is the kind of story we need right now. How good does it feel to watch a wedding in the middle of a pandemic? Plus, these women are living the dream. They got to get married without planning a reception. Most couples spend a full year tasting cakes, auditioning DJs. These women looked at their wedding checklist and were like, brides? Check. Windows? Check. Let's do this. Nothing makes me happier than watching two people get married without spending $5,000 on an ice sculpture. And most importantly, this story settled an age-old argument. Is it a sunroof? Is it a moonroof? Neither. It is a wedding roof. So much is hard right now, and there's so much bad news. So thanks to the people who are finding creative ways to make the good news, because truly, more than ever, these are the kind of stories we need right now.